might have gotten a little bit too tight there. Pacey Wygent rolling off turn 4. Pacey Wygent, third career Di9 Designs NAOR Series win. And he's going to work his way from 3 and 4. Jonathan Parker, career win number 2, second win of the season as well. Oh, he's out! He's out! He's out! Parker's gonna win anyway! We crown a champion tonight here at Las Vegas in the Di9 Designs NAOR Series. It's the finale. Live here, only on JCTV. I'm telling you what a season it has been. It's been a long one. It's been a crazy one. But we are ready to find out who our champion is going to be. I'm Josh Copperl. As always, joining me in the booth is Jonathan Canfield. John, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Josh. Just thinking about the people that were affected this week by the hurricane that hit Florida. I just got done speaking to some of my family in Florida before we actually went live here on the broadcast. So thinking about those people. But as you mentioned tonight, we crown a champion. And the two guys that are going to be going after that championship are the two guys that we've seen set themselves apart from this field all season. In that 00, Pacey Wygent, racing for Sophia the Fierce. Sophia, a young child that was lost to, I believe, I don't know what specific cancer, but was lost to cancer earlier this year. She fought her battle, and Pacey continues to fight his battle out here on track with her name on the side of the car. And on the flip side of that, you look at the other driver battling for this championship, Jonathan Parker, displaying himself as a fairly big Dak Prescott fan and Cowboys fan as he runs Dak Prescott's charity Faith Fight Finish on the car as he's ran all season. Two very much so deserving drivers. But I think if you had to put pressure on somebody here tonight, I mean, pressure's on both drivers, but for Jonathan Parker, this is a triple crown on JCTV. This is a moment we probably will not see again on JCTV. He's going for his third championship this year on this platform of JCTV. He has a slide job championship. He has an In the Pit News Truck Series championship. Can he cap it all off tonight with a Di9 Designs NAOR Series championship?
And I'm glad you mentioned that because I wanted to point that out as well. You know, Parker has pretty much set records on JCTV that, you know, it taken some time to get these records set. You know, JCTV hasn't been around that long, but JCTV has been around since 2020, and we've not seen a driver as dominant as Jonathan Parker, and in just a short amount of time. You know, Alonso Chicano, for the longest time, he had most wins on JCTV. He was always competing, every race you put him at. And Alonso Chicano still does. But, now we've got Jonathan Parker, who not only is competing, but winning the races, winning the championships. 2 for 2 so far on JCTV. Could get that record tonight. And I tell you, I'm excited to see who it's going to be, what's going to happen, and how this race is going to play out.
And, for Parker as well, I think the argument could be said as we're over the halfway point of the regular season over in Slide Job, and we're counting down the Weeks 2 playoffs in Slide Job for this season. He could also not only take home Triple Crown here tonight, but before the end of the year, be our first back-to-back series champion on JCTV. So, a driver that's got not only a ton of pressure on him, but just backs up his stats and proves each and every week why he is a driver to chase after. And if you're Pacey Wygant, that is a driver that can put a lot of pressure on you as well with how good he is. But Pacey has been up to the challenge all year long. Spoke to him last week at the end of the race and said that this track is not particularly one of his best tracks. He didn't finish well here when we came here earlier this season, and he's looking to turn it around this time. Granted, I believe we're under a different weather circumstance, so the track's going to be a lot different than we had here earlier this season. But on the flip side, you look at it, Parker did win here earlier this season, so the advantage goes to him tonight, and the pressure is on Pacey Wygant to go out here and prove that this is not going to be a Parker runaway, and it's going to be a battle all the way to the end of this race.
Yeah, you mentioned different, weather conditions. We were here in the daytime earlier in the season. Now, the sun has set. It's nighttime in Sim. It is October 27th. 64 degrees ambient temp, 65 degrees track temp. And, much different. Cooler track. This could really play a different factor. Currently, you look at the practice chart, and you see Pacey Wygant, P1, a 29.628. Where's Parker? All the way down in 11th. 4/10 off of Wygant. Now, this track with the Gen 6 cars does drive, very much like a super speedway for a good portion of the run until the tires start to wear off. Parker is one of the best at saving the tires. It's going to be interesting to see, if he is still able to do that. First of all, where is he going to qualify? Because once you get to qualifying, John, it's all just about single car speed. It's not going to be with in a pack like these guys are doing with their practice times.
Yeah, and you speak of the draft, but somebody who we don't think of as very big on these draft type tracks, or really even these mile and a halves. Mike Campbell currently sitting second on the board. Granted, that's probably from draft, but even being in the draft at a track like this, you still got to be good in some sense to set a time down that's good while you're in the draft. So, Mike Campbell proving that he could be a player here tonight if he keeps his nose clean. Not backing down from these guys. We've seen him pretty much be towards the back of the pack and slowly work his way up throughout the season and just not have the luck that he should at the end of the race. But I'm looking for the 71. Didn't make the playoff cut this year, I don't think. I'd have to go back and look at our playoff bracket, but I'm looking for the 71 to show something here. It's the last race of the season. You've got really nothing to lose. The only two people that got something to lose are Parker and Wygant. Go out here, put on a good show, and go for a win the entire race. And if you come up just short by way of incident or by just pure luck of the draw, at least you can say that you've got momentum going into next season. And I think a lot of these guys need to do that as well. Not just Campbell, but guys like Jimmy Mensch, Kyle Reed is how you're going to see his name here tonight. That's in memory of his grandfather who passed away, but we know him as Kyle Tubb. Him, Andrew Chapman, Nick Hapiak, Josh Arnold, Jake Millsap, all these guys that showed up, they just need a good run to build momentum into next season and show themselves that they can do it.
All right, well, under a minute. So I'm going to ask you, not your championship pick, but who is your race win pick? And it could be the same. If you have Parker or Wygett winning the race, but who do you have for the race win?
I am actually not going to pick either one of our championship drivers. I'm going to take someone I saw that worked his way through the field here when we came here earlier this season. I'm going to, Josh, you know it's going to jinx him. I'm going to take Nick Hapiak because he did do so well here when we came here earlier this season. He was making passes. He was getting himself in position to win the race. It just did not work out at the end with Jonathan Parker ended up taking the win, as I believe we had a long green flag run.
I want to say, for the record, to the viewers at home, we did not talk about our picks to win beforehand. John had no idea who my pick to win was. Now, let me explain something. Nick Hapiak told me I could pick him. He said, I want to, see if the curse is real or not. He said, if I wreck on lap 20, the curse is real. If I, but I feel like I've got a really good shot. I was going to pick Nick Hapiak. Honestly, I don't have any other pick.
Well, I took the 6. You could always shoot a shot in the dark and take the 0-6.
Qualifying is the beginning. But, just because I will go with Michael Morgan. And that was totally unscripted.
Have those moments every once in a while over here.
Nick, if you crash on lap 20, it's not my fault. It's John's.
It's his own if he gave you permission.
Yeah. So we are watching Nick Hapiak qualify right now. He was the third one out on track. Michael Morgan, Giovanni Klein, first two. As they go 1-2. Nick Hapiak crosses line. He's going to go P2. Nathan Lehman takes top spot so far. Nick Hapiak down the back straightaway in 3 for the final time qualifying.
See him keeping a nice tight cut line right there.
And across the line. P2.
P2 as Jimmy Mensch just went top of the board on his second lap. Separated by 0.15 of a second. Jimmy Mensch crosses the line basically with Nick Hapiak on that last lap.
Hunter Peach making his return for the first time in a few weeks. Eliminated from championship contention at Auto Club. Good to see him back. Making a start in the season finale. Hunter Peach, you can never count him out either at these kind of races.
We can't count him out anywhere we go. I mean, even at Iowa earlier in the season when he had a complete junked race car, still brought home a podium finish.
That was insane as well. Hunter Peach, P4 on the board, 30.185 so far. 1/10
Only a tenth off. Yeah, 1/10, and that's easy to pick up here on his second lap as he comes off 3 and 4.
And across the line. 30.080 P1.
by 5 thousandths of a second over Jimmy Mensch. Something I've noticed, neither one of our championship 2 have put themselves even on the track yet to lay down a time. I see the 17 of Meredith. He's out there coming across the line for time.
Zachary Meredith's getting married pretty soon. I believe it is a couple weekends away. Zachary Meredith will be a married man.
First lap, he goes 13th fastest. 4/10 off. Just needs to find some speed here on this. Oh, well, I might be wrong. He might have already put down 2 laps while I was looking away.
No, second lap right here. P4. 30.088.
AC Wygent looks like he's put the car out here. He's coming across for time. Jonathan Parker has yet to put his car even on the track. Josh Arnold also out here for time. Josh Arnold goes 13th on his first lap. Wygent down the back straightaway on his first lap. All the way out by the wall right now. Wygent gonna bring it down to the bottom now as he crosses the line. Wygent gonna be P15 right now. He over a second and a half off the pace on the first lap. That's from running the wall. Now he goes down low. We'll see how much time he can dig up here. And while he's finishing up his second lap, we'll see what he puts down. Jonathan Parker is rolling on the track. Wygent's going to go P6, and the last man to qualify with 3.5 minutes left in qualifying is going to be the 92 of Jonathan Parker. These two waited till the end. The 2 championship contenders here tonight are going to be the last 2 to qualify. So Parker comes across the line to start his first lap. See if he does the same thing Wygent did and run the wall. He does. 1 and 2, he's going to stay all the way up by that wall. Build as much momentum as he can to get all of his speed on lap 2. Anticipate him to drop it down to the bottom here off 3 and 4. He does. He's going to cut the shortcut there. And even around the wall, he only has a half a second to make up to put it on pole. Queen 1 and 2, no wiggles, no bobbles. Comes into 3 and 4. Not a shake or a movement out of that car. He's gonna take the shortcut across the line. And put himself P2 here. Is that'll wrap up our qualifying effort for these drivers.
Yeah, there's still 2 minutes left in qualifying, but nobody is qualified already. So, with that being said, so we asked race pick wins, and again, we didn't discuss this off air. For championship picks, John and I can choose the same person if we decide to. Race picks, we just, like to go someone different. So, I have no idea what John's gonna say here, but John, we talked about race picks. Who's your championship pick? Parker or Wygen?
I know who I want to pick in my heart, but my brain says I cannot go with a feel-good story here. I mentioned it earlier, the sponsor that's been on the side of Pacey Wygen's car. He's starting a little bit behind tonight, but I believe that fighting spirit that he's had all season is going to show up tonight, and he's going to put on as much of a show as he can for Sophia, for her entire family, and for his family too. As I look down at our JCTV chat and see that his family's here, I got to take Pacey Wygen to win the championship here tonight. Storybook season it would be if he could just cap it off here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we can sit here and we can make cases for both drivers, and they'd be really good cases. For Jonathan Parker, he's got a lot of momentum. He's got 2 championships already this year on JCTV. Wygen, I just feel like Wygen's been the more consistent driver overall. Parker's had mistakes, and I've mentioned it several times. All you have to do is just finish ahead of the other. Parker and Wygen don't have to win this race. I just think Parker may not get it done tonight. I'm taking Wygen.
Well, with that, we now move on to our starting grid here tonight.
Possibly. If I hit the right buttons. It's being slow, but we're getting there. Starting on the pole is going to be Andrew Chapman with championship driver Jonathan Parker to his outside. Starting P3 is going to be Hunter Peach. Jimmy Mensch will start 4th, and Zachary Meredith will start in 5th.
6th place on the outside of row 3 is going to be Kyle Reed, a.k.a. Kyle Tubb, racing in memory of his grandfather. Row 4 is going to be our other championship contender here tonight. Pacey Wygen on the inside. Outside of him is going to be my pick to win for the race, and Nick Hapiak. Row 5 is going to be made up by Nathan Lehman on the inside. Outside goes to Josh Arnold.
Starting on the inside of row 6 is going to be Joshua Critter. Giovanni Klein to his outside. You got Jake Millsap starting in 13th. Noah Blackwell in 14th. Michael Morgan starting 15th, and rounding out the field in 16th is Mike Campbell. 16 drivers make up tonight's field for the 125 lap race. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's where the season started. It's where the season's going to end. As we crown a champion of the Di9 Designs NAOR Series, Parker starting P2. Wygen starting in P7. We're going to see a fun battle tonight, and it's not just going to be a battle for the championship, it's going to be a battle for the race win as well. So there's still 14 drivers who are here saying, hey, we want this win, even though we're not going for a championship. So it's going to be a battle, all around.
And the second race of our jam-packed Labor Day weekend schedule, we've seen last night with the SAC Coast-to-Coast Clash. Second race here tonight for the championship of the Di9 Designs NAOR Series. Tomorrow night, the Cadillacs at Talladega, and then Tuesday with the Slide Job Series at Daytona Road Course. Pace car pulls off. We get ready to come to the green for the last race of this season. Who's going to win a championship? Andrew Chapman launches. Everyone launches behind him. We are green from Las Vegas.
Great start out of Chapman. All the way. Hunter Beach. Actually, good clear. Parker here. Also opens up the door for Meredith.
Have a head of steam.
Wygen.
Here comes Peach on the outside with help from Parker.
Giovanni Klein's going to go through the grass. Back up front, though, you mentioned Hunter Beach on the outside. He's saying it's tough out there.
Fans out there tonight, 15 watching currently. Make sure you're involved with us tonight. We want to see who you're rooting for. We see the Pacey Wygent fans, we see the 22 fans. Let us know who you got tonight, who's winning the race, who's taking home a championship, as they're still too wide here early on in the race. Chapman and Peach look like they're going to door bang almost off of 4.
Strong. Chapman's gonna tuck into line. Peach looking for the bottom now. Zachary Meredith trying to get underneath. Meredith is gonna slide. Meredith still sliding, still struggling here.
Gonna drop that 17 back outside the top 10 here. He's gonna have to recuperate and see if he can get back up here. Right now you got 4 cars under a blanket for the lead right now. Wygen up there on that top line. Parker peeking to the inside. Chapman and Peach still going at it.
Peach clear. Parker. Chapman. Wygen's getting a run on that outside line. Chapman battling for the race lead. Chapman's going to get ahead of Peach. And now Wygen is ahead of Parker. Wygen going to clear Peach. Parker's trying to do the same on the outside.
Early race championship implications right there. Wygen just in the right lane at the right time, but Josh, you and I both know, right now is about being patient as a driver, especially for Pacey Wygen. He knows how good Jonathan Parker is at saving tires. If you're Wygen being in front of Parker, you just need to be patient here and not let your tires get burned up early. Oh, we got crashing in the background. Jake Millsap, Zachary Meredith's involved. I believe that was Giovanni Klein. Indeed it was, and that is our first caution here on the night.
Three wide. Millsap caught the wall, got into Klein. Came down into Zachary Meredith.
Ooh, if you rewind that a little bit there, you'll see Klein gets loose on the bottom and actually tracks out, and I think Millsap just reacted a little bit to that 48 getting loose and got in the wall, and then that's when the chain reaction starts. I think it all actually starts, though, with the 48 getting loose on the bottom.
So under caution for the first time, and some drivers electing to pit, some electing to stay out. Both your championship drivers, Wygen Parker, staying out. Hunter Peach, Joshua Critter, Kyle Tubb, Noah Blackwell, they all stayed out. Andrew Chapman, Jimmy Mensch, Nathan Lehman, Josh Arnold, Nick Kapiak, Michael Morgan, Giovanni Klein, Zach Meredith, Jake Millsap, and Mike Campbell all come down pit road.
with that, we already have some early split decisions here. Which is going to make the race a little more interesting. You know, as these tires wear out, these guys that are staying out here aren't going to be able to keep up with the draft as much, whereas the guys with new tires are going to be able to keep up with the draft a little bit longer. So we could see some breakaway packs here, and that could change the entire complexion of this race.
Yeah, it's going to be some interesting here. These guys are going to do. Lights on the pace car are off.
He just chose right there. Wide and Parker both go to the bottom with Peach. First car to jump up to the outside is going to be Joshua Kreider with Kyle Tubb behind him. And then it's Noah Blackwell, fourth car inside. And I believe Jimmy Mensch did take the outside there, so he'll line up third outside with Andrew Chapman behind him, fourth car outside. Then Lehman and Hapiak, Morgan, and Arnold. And then last car not damaged is going to be Mike Campbell, and then our three that just were damaged in that most recent caution will line up at the back. So implications here early, you see the 20 of Peach looks like he's saving a little bit of fuel down there on the apron right before we come to green. He'll pull it back up into line. Scrubbing up those tires a little bit. Everyone trying to get those tires warmed back up. They pull into the zone. Pace car's down pit road. Pacey Wygen in control. He launches. Parker gets a good restart as well. The 29 did not get a good restart, so he struggles up on the top. But we are green.
And 3 wide.
Oh, and Hapiak's going to get turned, and the curse is real.
Nick, I didn't pick you. This one is not my fault. No, was that Jimmy Mensch?
Jimmy Mensch was up on the outside. They come off a 2. And I'm not sure if Hapiak comes up or if Mensch comes down. It looks like they both kind of move around a little bit. But they were 3 wide right there. And they just got together. And damage on that 6 car looks pretty terminal. But we'll see what Nick Hapiak does here, how he decides to deal with the damage. As of right now, it looks like he's going to lose at least 1 lap. Probably more before that damage is fixed, and he's just going to be praying for more cautions. But we've already had 2 here before 20 laps in, and you know, it's not a far-fetched thing for him to get all of his damage fixed, come back out, and get those laps back. Right now, he would be the only car a lap down. Giovanni Klein, the only other driver out there that is anywhere near as damaged as Hapiak. And with these cautions, Giovanni Klein electing to just keep continuing to get more damage fixed. So right now, the benefit of him not losing a lap is paying off, but Hapiak looking like he's just going to take the laps that he loses and fix the rest of his car. choose cone that time by yet again. Parker and Peach gonna stay behind Wygen on the bottom. Kreider gonna jump back to that outside and hope to get a better restart. Chapman gonna start behind him. Lehman, third car on the outside. Fourth row is gonna be Noah Blackwell. And possibly Jake Millsap. I have to wait for the camera again over. Yes, Jake Millsap does line up on that outside. Then Arnold, Tubb, Morgan, Klein, Campbell, and Mensch. And Meredith and Happyak are the last two in the running order right now. Happyak still in the pit lane trying to fix his car. But lights are out on the pace car. We get ready to go green again. And essentially same front row we had just this most recent restart. Wygent and Kreider.
And so they're working their way off turn 4. The pace car is going to make its way to the safety of pit road. 111 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Inside the restart zone, green flag, back in the air, Pacey Wygent. Great restart.
Big jump for that 0-0. The 29 gets a better start this time. He's going to be side by side with Parker as they go down into turns 1 and 2. And the 18 of Chapman's going to push the 29 in, but then peak low here for the exit of the corner. 29 going to have that run up on the outside, so Chapman and Kreider are going to battle side by side for that third position. And now Parker and Wygent, our two championship contenders, are racing for the lead right now.
And Parker's going to make a move to the inside. He is all the way down on the apron. Wygent has some help behind him, though. They're going to be side by side. Parker trying to clear. He might. Wygent's still there at his right rear.
Now Chapman going to make it 3 wide.
Oh, this could be sketch.
3 wide for the race lead coming across the line. They're still 3 wide. And there's more players in this than I'd like to see right now, with Peach and Kreider just sitting back there trying to figure it out. Now it's 3 wide for third as the battle for the lead still continues between the 92 and the 0-0.
Wygent Parker, this isn't as sketch as it was, but hey, Andrew Chapman. What a move he made. Still down there. He's going to wash up into Peach. Peach into Kreider. Kreider around. Caution is out.
Gosh, what I seen there was some major netcode.
That was a lot of netcode involved there.
I mean, it didn't even look close. Chapman's car relatively didn't even move, and there was such a gap between him and Peach, and you just see Peach's car all of a sudden react as if it's getting hit and go up into Kreider. And Kreider is essentially the third terminally killed car here tonight. So we did have some pit stops there, though. Looks like Wygent, Parker, all those cars that we seen earlier stay out. They bring it down here at lap 19. And some of the drivers that we seen go down pit road earlier stay out here. Andrew Chapman takes back the lead after being our pole sitter.
Chapman, Tubb, Arnold, Meredith, Klein will be the top 5. Capiak was free pass there. now only 1 lap down. His car still modified. You know, Hatfiak did give us permission to interview him, even under green flag conditions. If I were him, I don't know if I'd want an interview under green flag conditions right now. So we have 106 to go. It'll be 105 at the line this time, and I assume they're going to take the choose. And it does look like Chapman is setting himself up to take bottom here. Kyle Tubb at the top. Josh Arnold bottom. Zachary Merritt at the top. Giovanni Klein bottom. Michael Morgan taking the top. So really no change at all. The first 3 rows. Jonathan Parker, Pacey Wygant going to line up in row 4. No Blackwell. And looks like Mike Campbell, row 5. Jake Millsap, Jimmy Mensch, row 6. Nick Kapiak on the outside of row 7. Nathan Lehman going to be on the inside. And Hunter Peach is working his way down the back stretch as well. Andrew Chapman, as mentioned, pole sitter. Restart of game 1. 104 laps to go here in the championship race. Inside the restart zone, green flag is back out. Like Michael Morgan didn't get the best restart, and that held up Mason Wygant a little bit. Wygant able to get past Morgan. Now has a sight set on Jonathan Parker just ahead. Could go to the outside here. Giovanni Klein, Zachary Meredith out there. Parker going to the inside.
Parker making some moves now on those pressure tires. Wygant you see struggling to get through the traffic. So Parker putting a bit of a buffer between him and Wygant right now. Arnold going to pull down to take some air off the nose of that 92 and allow him to catapult himself to the inside of Andrew Chapman.
Meanwhile, battle for the race lead. Josh Arnold pulls ahead of Andrew Chapman. race leader. It is at 22 out front.
Josh Arnold's had himself a bit of a rough season. You know he wants nothing more than to try and bring home a win here tonight.
One Di9 NAOR series. Came at Bristol last season. He's hungry. Come across the line, 100 laps to go. He's got Andrew Chapman all over his bumper, but here we go. Pacey Wygant running up there. Might have caught the wall a little bit.
He did indeed catch the wall a little bit as he went to the outside of Meredith there. But Pacey Wygant looks like he's unfazed by that wall contact. He has his sights on one thing, and it's the back bumper of that 92. 92 going to peek to the inside of Andrew Chapman. Andrew Chapman might have got the wall there as well as Josh Arnold. And oh no, Parker looked like he had a little blink there. That's not what you want to see in a championship race.
Parker. Speed 2 going to look to the inside of Josh Arnold. Try to take this race lead. Wygant's going to go to the outside of Chapman. Chapman pushing, Parker. Chapman wanted to make a move down low. Couldn't. Now Parker's going to slide up. Arnold to the inside. Wygant around Chapman. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. Enter Wygant into this picture. He's going to stay patient, looks like. A little bobble there by Arnold. Parker takes the race lead. Chapman shoves Arnold. And Pacey Wygant still hanging tough on the outside. Wygant clears Arnold. Now, the top two is the two fighting for the championship. But Andrew Chapman, once again, as mentioned earlier, there's still 14 drivers in this race who want to go for the race win, even though they have no shot at the championship. Chapman's one of them. Pacey Wygant's going to go all the way to the bottom. They're going to be...
Wygant's got to run.
Yeah, they're going to be side-by-side down the back straightaway. Wygant just barely hanging on to the left rear. What's Chapman going to do here? Wygant
gets aggressive and slides up in front of the nose of Jonathan Parker.
Parker with the crossover move. Wygant now has that outside line advantage. He's going to clear Parker after a little bit of a bobble off P2.
Wrecking in the background, I believe it was Mike Campbell and maybe Michael Morgan.
We stay green.
Somehow they stay straight.
Take a look at the Chasing TV replay. Oh, Millsap moved up. Michael Morgan reacted to it. Caught my Campbell. Back up front, though. Andrew Chapman underneath. Jonathan Parker taking P2 away. guys are racing aggressive.
Leaving it all out there on the track tonight. That's exactly the message that Parker and Wygent gave to each other, but I don't think they expected these guys that weren't racing for a championship to also leave everything they had out here on the track. And if you're Wygent right now, we're getting into what I would consider to be a green flag run here, starting to burn up some tire as you see handling starting to play a factor on some of these guys. And you want to see some battling. You want to see Parker having to battle. Because we know that Parker is one of the best at conserving his tire wear here. If he has to battle, he can burn up his tires. And now Peach is in the third. And we know what that 20 car can do when he gets his name thrown in the hat for a win. As Parker's going to look for the lead.
Yeah, Parker. He went all the way down to the inside. Wygent's going to power through, though, using that outside line. Parker tucks back into line. Hunter Peach right there on Parker's bumper. Parker's going to go to the inside using that apron. And Peach looking all the way up against the wall.
Trying to build as much momentum as he can here, and it's working right now as Parker's going to cut him off. Peach not going to send it to the inside. He's just going to stay right there on the back bumper. Smart move, I think, for Peach.
Continue to battle side by side for the race lead and the championship. Wygent barely hanging on to the right rear. Might have tried to get a little bit of side draft. Definitely helped. Clear Jonathan Parker once again.
Yeah, Josh, I've noticed a difference. When he initially passed Jonathan Parker for the lead, Parker left a lot of bottom open for Wygent. Wygent, on the other hand, has not left any bottom open. You'll see it again right here. Watch where Wygent goes. He's going to point the car in, and he's going to drive it down track, get to that right side of that 92, and push that air onto the car. And it just gives him that much more advantage to get ahead of the 92. Something Jonathan Parker did not do when Wygent originally took the lead on this run. Noah Blackwell up to the third position. Driver we haven't really talked about much this season. Hasn't had a great season so far. Been involved in a couple controversial incidents. Had to deal with some suspension and some repercussions for that. Actually, the reason he didn't make it deeper into the playoff bracket was because he was not able to race in the first week of the playoffs. So this 69 kind of has a chip on his shoulder. Maybe he could have been moving on to this championship race, but we'll never be able to know because he wasn't even able to race for the first week.
It's up third right now.
Right now, the top 7 have broken away from the 8th on back. 8th place car is going to be Josh Arnold. He's about 2.5-ish seconds back of this lead pack. So the top 7 right now have broken away. And you see Wygent just going down to that middle lane, putting a lot of air on the 92. Here comes Blackwell to the inside. Does Parker do the same thing? Does he put the air on the 69 to force him to have to slow down? Now Peach going to take advantage of Blackwell going to the inside. Parker is struggling on that bottom. He keeps trying, but he just can't get there. Wygent's doing a great job just defending this position.
The only thing I'm wondering about is Wygent hurting his tires more? You know, in the long run, is this going to play a factor in Jonathan Parker's favor? You see Parker once again looking to the inside.
Wygen again going to drive it down onto his door. Wygen's giving it everything he's got, and I think Parker is too. I don't think either one of these two are thinking about saving tires.
It's almost the same song and dance every lap. Parker's able to get to the inside of Wygen. Wygen more aggressive there that time, making sure Parker doesn't get to his inside. And speaking of, Parker goes to the inside of Wygen.
This time, though, Parker got it in 3 and 4, which is a little bit different. Wygen not able to drive down the hill that time and put a bunch of air on the door of Parker. Parker going to have a much better peak this time. I say that, and Pacey Wygen still finds a way to get rolling on the outside.
Yeah, I was going to say a much better peak, but Wygen still did what he's been doing. Now Hunter Peach. The inside. Parker's going to go to the outside, try to get to that right rear of Wygen.
Slide drop from Hunter Peach for second. He's going to get in front of Jonathan Parker, and now Parker's starting to fall back a little bit.
Kyle Tubb, he could pressure Jonathan Parker here. A little bit of a bobble. Tubb gonna go into the outside of Hunter Peach. They're 3 wide for P2.
Almost a big accident there, and it almost took out Jonathan Parker being on the inside. I've seen a big wiggle out of that 92. Right now, able to clear both of his competitors that were challenging him. Tubb, however, going to roll back up on that outside and see if he can get to the outside of this 92.
I like this. Boys have at it. Parker already catching up to Pacey Wygen. Parker's got to be thinking, what can I do? He's looking to the inside once again on the front stretch.
Same song and dance again. Wygen's going to drive it onto his door and have that run coming off at 2.
Parker tucks into line.
We are going to cross the line here with 75 laps to go till we crown a champion.
And a lot can happen in 75 laps. As Parker looks to the inside of Pacey Wygen entering 1. I feel like I'm on repeat.
Right now, what I'm seeing, it's going to be who has the better pit stop with how close these guys are. And we've ran quite a few laps under green here. Tire wear is going to start showing soon, but they keep it like this with Wygen being able to just drive it onto the 92's door. And they do this all the way till pit stops. It's going to be who has the better pit stop.
Oh, and I bet someone is thinking if we can have a pit stop under yellow, it'd be a lot easier.
Now again, Parker forced to retreat for a second, and he's still got fire coming from the likes of Hunter Peach and Kyle Tubb. Kyle Tubb trying to battle with Peach actually gives a shot to the rear bumper of Peach right there. Peach going to have a little bit of a rolling momentum into turns 1 and 2 as Parker's going to look again. He gets on the apron that time. That's going to hurt him even more. Big advantage to Wygen here, and now Peach going to have a run.
Look at Wygen going down low to break the trap. Help out Parker a little bit.
Peach almost clear of the 92, just not quite there yet. Now we'll get to see if the 92 learns something about the way Wygen is raced in. See if he does the same thing to Peach here, as Peach is going to challenge up the inside again.
You, as a fan, I love this. This racing is incredible right now. Wygen continues to lead over Parker, Peach, Tubb, Chapman, and Bill Blackwell. The top 6 all grouped together here. Jonathan Parker to the inside, turn 1.
And same song and dance again. It's going to be Wygen rolling to the door. I think we're going to see this over and over again until pit stops here, Josh. I really do. These guys are starting to spread out a little bit, but it's not an... Oh, Parker's going to get a run to the outside. Now what do you do if you're Wygen? This is a new position you haven't been in. We'll see how deep he's willing to drive it to that inside here.
Yeah, Wygen had a bad exit off of 4. That allowed Parker to drive to that outside. Parker, race leader now. Pacey Wygen gonna do?
If you're Wygen, you just gotta take a minute, take a deep breath, realize what you did, get back on the horse and keep going. Parker's gonna continue to work that bottom, but you had rolled that outside better than anyone here tonight, and it actually propelled you to the lead. You gotta do that again now, and you gotta get back up there.
Wygen actually entering higher. He had a great 1 and 2 last time. See what he can do this time around. He's gonna just barely close the door on Hunter Beach. Side by side return, Hunter Peach, Kyle Tubb. Kyle Tubb's going to clear Peach, take over the 3rd position. Kyle Tubb actually going to get around Pacey Wygen for P2. Tubb actually catching race leader Jonathan Parker.
Yeah, Tubb running pretty good lap times right now in comparison to our race leader. last time by, Tub was just a scotch faster, about 300s faster. Josh, I believe the final pit stop's going to be coming up soon for these drivers.
Yeah, we are just now past halfway in the race. 63 down, 62 to go. And even though things have calmed down a bit, Parker and Wygen still have that pit stop looming where anything can happen. Say we do JCTV turn it up.
Let's do it.
Pit stops are underway. Top two have yet to pit. Jonathan Parker, Pacey Wygen. Connor Peach, Noah Blackwell also have yet to come down pit road. Yeah, I know Parker. He likes to stay out for as long as he possibly can, get the advantage with fresher tires on the other end of the run rather than at the beginning. Wygen, he's following Parker. So if you're Pacey Wygen, do you continue to follow Parker here?
I think you do, because we know what happens when you go off strategy with Jonathan Parker, especially on any of these mile-and-a-half tracks. Just, you got to try and keep up with him, and right now, with Wygen falling back as far as he has, I think the only thing that could work out in his favor is a one-lap undercut, but that means he has to predict that he goes down one lap earlier than Parker and is able to push to get out in front of Parker.
And Wygen actually trying to come down pit road now. He makes it. But it was almost a scary situation entering pit road. Now he needs to be perfect. Jonathan Parker coming in this time. So Wygen did it. Wygen came in one lap before. And Wygen off and away. Just needs to be perfect here on exit. And Jonathan Parker in his stall. Right side's up. So let's watch here. He's going to pull off at the line. He's on the apron. He's Wygen entering turn one now. Parker's going to be ahead. Wygen is at speed. Behind some traffic, though. Jimmy Mensch pulls to the inside, and Kapiak's going to stay to the outside. Parker comes out just ahead of Andrew Chapman. Chapman is all over the bumper of Parker.
Now here comes Wygen actually catching these two. Wygen's closer than when he went into the pit stop. He needs to keep that proximity here to have a chance.
It's an incredible job.
Well, the 18's really the help here. The 18 using the draft to keep himself with the 92. That's allowing the 00 to grab a draft off of him.
Wygen's going to look to the inside of Chapman.
If you're Wygen, you got to make quick work of this 18, otherwise he's going to cause you separation from the 92. 92 going to put dirty air on the 00. 00 going to slide up just a little bit. The 18 going to stick it hard on his outside. This could cause big championship implications, but as you said, Josh, a lot of these drivers, only 2 drivers are here racing for a championship. A lot of these drivers here racing for bragging rights. They're going to door bang off of 4. And if you're Wygen, you've got to be so frustrated with Chapman right now. Knowing what's at stake. You don't want the 18 to roll over for you, but you just got to get out there and try to get around this 18 now.
Wygen actually pushing Chapman. I think right now Wygen's best bet is to stay behind Chapman. Get back up to Parker. Wygen actually going to look to the outside. Look at Parker trying to break the draft. Wygen's going to clear Chapman, though. This is good news for the 00. And now
this is exactly what you want if you're the 00, but you need to make that move you made before on Parker, and you got to make it stick. And you got to get ahead of him and go back on the defensive.
right now they are 3rd and 4th. They are catching Josh Arnold, who is P2. Arnold last pit 23 laps ago. These guys 7 and 8 laps ago. Much fresher tires for Parker and Wygen. Arnold gonna stay high. Parker Wygen gonna look low. Actually, Wygen a little bit of a disadvantage here entering the corner.
00, as time ticks on, those tires are wearing, and if you can't get in front of this 92 with fresh tires, you're not going to be able to play defensive and use the air to your advantage. You need to get in front of him before the tires wear off. And I say that just because we know how good Parker is on this racetrack. So if you're going to be ahead of him at all, you need to do it on fresh tires. In the first 20 to, I'd say 20 to 25 laps of the run, you got to be able to make the move. Oh, Parker have a blink again. Not sure what's going on with Parker tonight. That's the second major blink he's had of the race. That definitely probably spooks Pacey Wygen a little bit.
Wygen following Parker. Of course, these guys closing in on race leader Kyle Tubb. 1.2 seconds back. Going around Michael Morgan.
Real quick, as we come to the close of the end of this race, just a shout out again to all our fans that are watching, being told that we have some of an international audience, specifically from New Zealand. Just shout out to everyone watching the stream, and please keep coming to watch our streams throughout the weekend. Got a jam-packed Labor Day weekend schedule, this being the second race of 4 in this Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, you can go to jctvracing.com to see the upcoming schedule, our shows, and future shows. We'll show you the current schedule that we have going on right now. Last night was a clash for the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. It's at Sobo, South Boston. Great race that we saw last night. Tonight, the Di9 Designs NAOR Series season finale here at Las Vegas. Watching tomorrow night is a special event. Cadillacs at Talladega. Jonathan Parker making a move on Kyle Tubb for the race lead. Tubb gonna pull ahead. And Pacey Wygen, where's he gonna go? Oh man, Wygen struggling. Wygen still behind Kyle Tubb.
Wygen's struggling right now, but this is what you want to see if you're Jonathan Parker. And then we still just need to go green to the end from here for this to work out for Parker. If we have a caution, we know everybody's coming down for tires, and we know that it's going to be a draft fight to the finish.
There's 37 laps to go currently. If there's a caution, it's going to make it insanity. Right now, top 3 under blanket, just behind Pacey Wygen, Stephen Lehman, 2 laps down, Nick Kapiak 4 laps down. These guys not the fight. Parker's pulling away from Kyle Tubb.
I think what you're seeing right now is draft just taking effect, actually, because these 2 cars that you mentioned are laps down. Both have significant aero disadvantage if they were running by themselves right now, able to use the draft to keep themselves up there, and I think that's what Pacey Wygen's doing, but it's hurting him actually right now as he's unable to pass Kyle Tubb.
Pacey also might just be a little bit conservative here, trying to save the tires. Another long run that we have here. Could potentially have here to finish off this race. You don't want to burn your tires up to finish this race out. 33 laps to go, though. Jonathan Parker, Kyle Tubb, Pacey Wygant, Andrew Chapman, Jimmy Minch, top 5. We're going to step away, but don't go anywhere. You're not going to miss a thing as we go side by side.
Here at the Slide Job Racing League, featuring drivers such as Dalton Kilroe, Dane Cruz, and Jonathan Parker.
And real quick, we are 3 wide for the race lead. Hawkins, Wygant, Hapiak, they went 4 wide for a moment with a lap car.
On Fridays, you'll see the NAOR series featuring Nick Hapiak, Chris Wright, and Josh Arnold. As that happens, here comes the 5 through the middle right now. He's going to force the issue and take it
4
3
wide! 4 wide!
God.
What a move by Justin Durand to go to the race lead!
On Saturdays, you can find the In the Pit News Truck Series featuring Justin Durand, Zach Probst, and Ethan Fonseca Moreno. To book JCTV for your own league, please visit us at jctvracing.com and contact us for your booking. Remember, race fans, you can always watch racing live or anytime over at JCTV's YouTube channel.
Oh, look at Kyle Busch out there.
Yeah, he is all over the track.
I mean, what has gotten into him today?
Oh, that cannot be good.
Oh, unbelievable.
Whoa, look out.
Wait a minute. Is Kyle in reverse?
Yeah, you don't see that every day. Okay, that is bad,
man.
bad driving.
Oh, this is not like Kyle at all.
Are we winning?
I thought you were looking.
M&M's makes race day more fun.
What is Kyle thinking?
Right side tire chase filling full of fuel, and you heard the instruction.
Right tires only. Right tires only. Go, 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 go.
Hey! No!
Every sip gets you closer. It's Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
Hey to you. A chance to meet Jeff Gordon.
You okay, Justin?
Millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Back here, live from Las Vegas, 26, coming to 25 laps to go. Race leader Jonathan Parker, also championship leader, ahead of Pacey Wygant by a little over a second.
Yeah, Josh, I hate to say it, but Pacey Wygant needs a caution in the worst way right now. Parker is continuing to stretch out the lead even more now. He just spent so much time behind Kyle Tubb there that it just ended up hurting him.
We've seen some crazy things happen in racing.
Well, right now, seeing another cycle of pit stops, and there's 3 cars on the lead lap right now, Josh. 2 of them are championship contenders. The other is Noah Blackwell, who's 20 seconds back.
The question is, are these guys going to have to pit again? Parker Wygant.
I seen Tubb pull it back down pit road. He's currently 5th, 1 lap down. You see Giovanni Klein there behind Parker. He's the first car 1 lap down in 4th. Blackwell in 3rd. Currently on a 30-lap stint for Parker and a 31-lap stint for Wygant. 35 currently for Giovanni Klein. Those are your longest runners. As of right now, they are pushing the window a little bit. 20 to go. I don't know if you can pit here, Josh. Maybe that's why Pacey Wygant's falling back.
We saw a couple weeks ago at Richmond an incredible save job by Jonathan Parker, saving just enough fuel. Well, actually, I mean, he ran out before he finished the race, but it was just enough so that he claimed the race win. I think right now, if this is a similar situation, we would not be seeing Wygant 2.3 seconds off. I think we'd be seeing Parker be saving here. I'm curious. Let's ride inside the cockpit of 92 and then the 00. Driver saving.
I don't either, Josh. And that just tells me they both think they can make it to the end, or they both know that they've got to pit again. We're going to be right around 15 more laps to 36 and 37. That is about 50 laps, I think. If I can math correctly. I'm not Brett Bennett with a math degree, but that's about 50 laps for the run.
I don't have a math degree either. course, Brett Bennett was still wrong last night.
There was a 1, 2, and a 5 in that statement. I will stick by that. Josh, I don't know about you. I don't think we can go 52 and 53 laps. I don't think we've seen it yet tonight.
I don't know.
I think they might still have one pit stop left. And if that's the case, that means for both of these drivers, they're going to be playing catch up with the likes of Kyle Tubb, and I think Josh Arnold has taken another stop. Giovanni Klein comes in right now.
And Klein was a couple laps earlier than Parker and Wygen were with pitting.
I just don't know here, Josh. I think this is setting up to be a very interesting end to our race.
I say it all the time, I'm going to say it again. This is why I'm not blue team.
Well, you see right now, rolling up to the back bumper of that 92 is the 16 of Kyle Tubb. Kyle Tubb's already made his pit stop. If he unlaps himself here and these guys still have to pit, Tubb's going to have a huge advantage to these guys when they come out of pit lane.
Yeah, well, we talked about it. You don't have to win the race. You know, Parker, all he has to do is finish ahead of Wygen. Wygen, all he has to do is finish ahead of Parker. And right now, 10 laps to go. If they don't have to pit, this is between Parker and Wygen.
And Wygen hasn't closed the gap at all in the last couple laps. And I know Jonathan Parker fairly well. I don't ever see him pit with inside 10 to go. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. Coming up on 8 to go.
This has me scratching my head here. Talked about it earlier in the show. 2 championships already on JCTV. Most winningest driver in JCTV history. He's won championships with different race vehicles. This man is unstoppable. And if things stand the way they are right now, Parker is 6 laps away being a 3-time champion on JCTV in 3 different leagues.
In 1 year.
in 1 year. Not just, over the span of a few years. In 1 year. And that is insane.
Josh, I joined this team a little over a year ago now, and I didn't know who this driver was. I went over to the ITPN season that he was running as a rookie in, and I was midway through the season, still didn't know who he was, and I watched him run a couple races, and very clearly just the dominant driver over there in the Independent News Truck Series. And now I've gotten to know who he is, watched him win not only one but 2 championships, and watched him throughout this season just keep progressing and getting better. And although I don't get to watch him race on Saturday nights anymore, still when he made those 4 starts, he shows that he's still continuously just as fast in those trucks. Threat for the win anytime he shows up to a race. And now coming across the line with 3 laps to go, I think unless a caution comes out, it's all but Parker's championship.
We have some drivers together too. There's a pack of drivers on the back stretch. 5 of them together. Parker is currently behind Zachary Meredith. Meredith's going to roll the top. Parker taking the bottom. 2 laps to go. Jonathan Parker.
One more lap, and whatever flag Parker sees could end the race, whether it's a yellow or the checkered. Well, actually, no. At this point with this league, doesn't matter. Any incident not involving Jonathan Parker makes it his championship. White flag out.
Final time. These drivers are going to make a lap this season. Di9 Designs NAOR Series. Season 13. Jonathan Parker rolling down the back straightaway. He is through 3 and 4. The checkered flag is waving. Jonathan Parker is your champion of the Di9 Designs NAOR Series. 3-time champion this year.
JCTV Triple Crown champion. And Josh, you got to give the credit where it's due. Pacey Wygent finishing up second. Did not have a similar run to what he had here earlier this season, showing why he was the other driver in this championship hunt here tonight. Mentioned how he wasn't as good here when we came here earlier this season. Tonight, you still got to give credit where it's due. He turned it around and finished second, and it's going to be a tough blow for him to not have this championship.
Yeah, but for Wygent, he impressed me over the course of the season and really tonight. I mean, we were talking to him after last week, and he was saying he was not looking forward to Las Vegas. And I think he gave it his all. He did everything he needed to do. He battled Parker so cleanly, but so aggressively, trying to hold him off. A little bobble is what allowed Parker to get out front. Incredible drive by Pacey Wygent, despite coming up short.
So real quick, while Parker burns it down, we'll go down our results. Take a look at where everybody finished up tonight. So winning the race and the championship is going to be Jonathan Parker. Pacey Wygant coming so close there. He was within striking distance at the beginning of that run, just not able to make the pass. He'll bring it home second tonight and finish second in the championship. Noah Blackwell going to bring it home third. Kyle Tubb finishes fourth. Last car on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down is going to be Josh Arnold in that 5th position. Jimmy Mensch in 6th. 2 laps down, Zach Meredith. Then Giovanni Klein in 8th. 9th, Nathan Lehman. And 10th place is going to be Jake Millsap.
Finishing 11th, 2 laps down. My pick to win, Michael Morgan. 12th, Andrew Chapman, 4 laps down. 5 laps down, your pick to win, Nick Kapiak. Again, I did not pick you. 14th, 52 laps down, Hunter Peach. Mike Campbell, 15th, 93 down. Joshua Kreider, 107 down, finishes 16th.
So, Josh, with that, I believe we've got a very happy, excited, and I guess patient right now race winner and champion. Ready, I believe you've caught a word with our Season 13 champion, Jonathan Parker.
Let's see. Season 13 champion, Jonathan Parker. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty awesome, Josh.
What an incredible drive tonight. And I mean, this one was not a dominant Jonathan Parker race where I can joke around up here and say you were already on the next week or in a different zip code. I mean, you still had to work for this one. Pacey Wygant, I think, did an incredible job battling with you tonight. But, just through your perspective, how did this race go?
Yeah, that was a really tough race. It wasn't easy. He was racing like it was for the championship, super hard, and I was doing the same with him. And I was just trying to manage my stuff while racing as hard as I could. And that's such a fine line. And you saw that in the first half of the race, really, because it was really tough to pass on the bottom there, and I just had to wait for one slip up. He made one crucial error out of turn 4. He got pretty loose. I was able to get to his outside. He couldn't block off the move, and I was able to get ahead of him and kind of control the race from there. And I was able to go a lap later on fuel, which was very big because it was pretty tight from when that last caution come out to whether it was going to be a one stop or not. You saw some people had to pit. Most people had to pit twice. Pacey might have ran out on the white there, but yeah, that was pretty tough. It definitely wasn't a gimme, but when you have a good strategy, you're able to stretch the fuel long enough, and you had good enough long run pace, and you got the tenacity, you can get it done.
So this season, overall, there were lots of ups, lots of downs.
You say.
Yeah, I mean, we can go through a highlight reel and show the highlights, and then a lot of lowlights as well. Does this here make up for the struggles that you had kind of in the mid-season?
Oh, it more than makes up for it. Of course it does. I mean, and it kind of helped me, get focused, get right back on track, because it's not fun wrecking out on lap 0 of a race. That's of course none of us ever want that, and it's something I've been league racing since 2010, 2011. I've never had that happen to me. That's the most embarrassed I've ever been. But it made me stronger. It made me go back and think about things. It made me think about how I go into races. It's just usually in my seasons, whether it's been on iRacing, NASCAR Heat, the Utechnics games, I'm not usually, I would consider this kind of like a Kyle Larson type of season where, like, yeah, he's blinding fast, but Kyle Larson will put it in the barriers a couple times, right? Because that's the type of driver he is. He's always on edge, and he's prone to mistakes. I usually am not like that. I'm usually pretty consistent. If I'm not winning, I'm top 3 or 5, because it's always what I strive to do. If I can't win, I want to be top 5. But that didn't happen this season. It was either wreck and finish towards the back, or basically be first. It was such a roller coaster, and it's easy to say, "Oh, we'll just dust it off and come back next week." But man, it takes a toll on you, especially when it happened. As many lows as I had, it was tough to come back. But I did my best, and I'm a tougher and better driver because of it.
Coming back to tonight, we had a long green flag run to the end. We knew that green flag pit stops were going to play into factor. Was there anything in your head where you were a little nervous about that? I mean, it could potentially be the last pit stop of the season, and that was the money stop.
Yeah, I'm normally pretty lazy, so I don't practice pit road entrance. That's one thing I did leading up to this race, because if it's one thing if it's on speed, he outraces me. He's a great driver. Pacey's awesome. He in any given race he can outdrive me, outduel me. But I don't want to beat myself, so I made sure I did that right. So it was just kind of second nature. I got on there and I had a very good entry. I was very proud of it. Got my box well. Wasn't too far to the right like in slide job at Kansas a few weeks ago, which I was really ticked off about. I was. And I just did everything according to plan, and from then I could just focus on driving the car, which is the most fun part.
All right, well, usually it's just kind of one person that asks questions, but Canfield, the only other thing I have to ask Parker is who he has to thank. So before I do that, I mean, is there anything you want to say or ask?
JP, I've been watching you since you were just some rookie in the ITPN Truck Series last season.
Yes, sir.
You have done something that I don't think I'll be able to see in my time on iRacing again. And Josh, forgive me, you're going to probably have to get a bleep button, but hell of a job getting that Triple Crown, getting that championship tonight. And keep it going, man. I just talked about it earlier in the broadcast that we're already coming up on playoffs for the Slide Job Series. Go get it done again. Be the first back-to-back champion. Congrats to you. Enjoy it, but stay focused and keep improving, dude. You've got it.
Thank you so much. That's such kind words. I appreciate it.
And with that, we'll turn it over to Josh's question. Who gets it done for you on that 92 machine?
Faith Fight Finish has been here. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Messing up your productions. I'm sorry. Faith Fight Finish has been here all season. I appreciate them. NFL season's actually started up, so it kind of coincides. We're less than a week away now, which is awesome. This is Dak Prescott's foundation. Won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award for the work he does for it. So I really believe in this, and Faith Fight Finish. I did all that throughout the season, so it's a good little mantra to live by. You need some inspiration. And Cameron Caldwell at C2 Graphics put together this race car that you've seen all season. He did a great job. All his paint schemes look great. I'd like to thank all my friends that I've had help me out, from Ethan Fonseca Moreno to Jared Wilson, Christian Pacheco. Yes, I know. Leave the chokes aside. I know he stinks, but he does help me a lot, especially with the strategy, because he's really smart. He's usually not in the voice chat for these races. It's just I can kind of start thinking the same way. So he's really helped me out in that regards. And I'd like to thank Nick Hapiak and Josh Arnold for bringing me on board, because of course they don't have to let me in the league. they don't have to do any of that. And I appreciate that they see me as a clean enough driver to be here, and they think that I add to their league, and I really appreciate that. I'd like to thank Pacey also for being awesome throughout the whole year. He's never not once touched my race car. We raced really hard, of course, especially tonight. We raced really hard, but he never not once touched my race car, and that's all I could ever ask for. He did a great job, and he'll be a champion too very soon. He's a hell of a race car driver.
Well, and with that, we actually have our league owner here, Josh Arnold. Is there anything you want to say to your current champion?
Well, first I want to get started by, giving a shout out to Pacey. He got it this far, and, he pushed Parker like none of the rest of us did all season. So, just congrats to him. But then again, congrats to you, Jonathan, for winning this championship. It's a long season, and that tournament, anything could happen. You did what you had to do to get to tonight, and you proved that you were the champion. That you just proved that you deserve this championship. So I want to thank you for coming to race with us, and thank everybody else who made this season possible. There's a lot of names out there. I've said a lot of thanks already today to a lot of different people, but especially thanks JCTV. But the broadcasters take their time and to do this and put this show on. And thanks Juicy Spider for the graphics and the videos, pre-race videos. So we're looking to expand a lot more for next season. And then Adam at Fast Lane. We haven't done a podcast in quite a while, but we totally miss hearing those and doing those. And then Di9 Designs for being our main league sponsor, and all the drivers and everybody else. Thank you.
And with that, Parker, I guess we'll turn it over to you. Anything you want to say to your league owner?
Just thanks for once again the high praise. That's means a lot because yeah, like you had mentioned in your little thing to me, Jonathan. I was just a rookie a year ago, and literally everything just to this sim. I didn't know how I would adjust to it, if I'd be garbage, if I would know how to handle these cars, and it's just I blow my own expectations away. So, but I'm just really appreciative that the hard work that goes in. I see a lot of people behind the scenes that they put their heart and soul into this league, and I really love that. I love it when people put their heart and soul into things, because it always puts on a good product. And it really is an honor and a privilege to be a part of the league and to now represent the league as a champion.
In 15 years, when you're, starting side by side with William Byron and Ty Gibbs in the Cup Series, remember us. Hopefully, we'll have like a camper down in the infield to congratulate, to
if I make
swarm you when you make it to.
Y'all are going to every race.
Got it. Okay. Well, thank you again.
Of course,
everybody.
I expect VIP suites in Michigan at least.
Oh, Michigan. Josh was like 10 minutes away. Pick another track.
Pick your track. I'll take it to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's go to Vegas or something. Hello.
Okay, VIP suites for the Daytona 500.
Now we're talking. Now he's paying a pretty penny for that.
There you go.
Yeah. He better have won it last year to get those suites. But thanks again to everybody out there who watched this season and tuned in. And like I said, JCTV, you guys are great.
And with that, before I turn it back over to the boss man of JCTV himself, I gotta give a few shout outs to who helps get us to where we are at JCTV. Cameron Caldwell making the themes for ATVO. You can't say enough about how much that guy puts in work week after week to get us to the graphics that you see every week here on JCTV. Every pop-up, every little thing that we have at our disposal with ATVO is from Cameron Caldwell. So he does a great job not only with paints, but he does a great job behind the scenes with our ATVO graphics. Josh, you for bringing guys like myself, Dawson, Parker, and Brett Bennett, and everyone who comes on. You give us a platform here, and we enjoy every second of that we get to come out and watch drivers do battle and be the guys that have a microphone in our hands and call that race. And for me personally, I got to give a shout out to all my GGA boys who come out and support these races that I do broadcasting for. We see Austin McGill out here in anything on JCTV. He's a big supporter of not only myself, but JCTV and in general. And we got all the guys that support JCTV as well, including Brett Bennett, Michael Walls, Ethan Moreno. Parker, we see you go everywhere. Anywhere JCTV goes, you're most likely going to race. So shout out to those drivers that come out to every race we broadcast. And yeah, just thank you to everyone who helps us behind the scenes with graphics, whether it's Juicy Spider or Cameron Caldwell, or even over in the Slide Job League, whoever does those thumbnails. For each league, whoever does the thumbnails, thank you for getting that done as we wrap up another season here with the Di9 Design Series.
A lot of thanks to be given, and you guys pretty much said it all. I mean, C2 Graphics, Juicy Spider, all the guys behind the scenes for every league, Di9 Designs NAOR series, Di9 Designs. Fun fact, I mean, I've mentioned it before, but fun fact, if you didn't know it, when I first started off on iRacing, Di9 Designs, which actually was known as Taki Edits back then, was my original paint designer. I mean, they do great graphics over there as well. Mainly now just Chase Elliott fans, which I'm not, but they still do incredible graphics, and glad to see the support that Mr. Pitaki continues to put into to his graphic design and this league. All the drivers, fans, without you guys, I mean, we would not be doing what we're doing. And I'll tell you, I have an absolute blast commentating these races, producing them, calling them. Races like tonight that just put a smile on my face, make me want to keep doing this. And I'm probably forgetting other things, but yeah, I think you guys really covered it. Actually, one name I don't think has been mentioned tonight. We say the admins behind the scenes. Aaron Dukes has been the eye in the sky all season long, and continuing to be the admin off track. He's given us some information as the races go through as well. So shout out to Aaron Dukes as well. But I really think that's going to do it for us here tonight. Tomorrow night, we'd have the Cadillacs at Talladega. Special event here on JCTV. Tune into that. And then Tuesday night, Slide Job Racing League is at the Daytona Road Course. The IMSA version, not the NASCAR version. So we're going to see that one chicane, which is on the back stretch, and a huge run out of these cars to head into turn one. These cars don't break like road course cars do, so it's gonna be pretty fun to watch that one unfold. And then that is gonna conclude our Labor Day weekend. But anything JCTV, you can tune in or find out on jctvracing.com. Your champion, Jonathan Parker. Season 13 champion of the Di9 Designs NAOR series. Big congratulations to him. And we'll see you next time. Everybody, take care. Have a great night. Stay safe this holiday weekend. If you drink, don't drive. I want to say it. Do the watermelon crawl. But no, seriously, don't drink. Drive out there. Stay safe on the holidays. And we'll see you next time.